Alright guys, well it's Sunday and I don't have my hat on because I don't know where I put it. But so I had told you guys I had a couple dimes that I want to talk about, and this one is the one that came from my customer Chuck. It is a Custom Knife Works tegral. It is an integral flipping frame lock. But this one's kind of special, and we'll get some pictures. I'll get some close in on it. But so you're looking at an M390 blade, and it's a lot like the other one he sent me. Let's get that one out. It's really reminiscent. I thought that they were the same knife at first when I first glanced at them. So he sent me two. They're a little bit different, but you know, Custom Knife Works knives are pretty well done all the time. This is the Milk, the M-I-L-K. So I sharpened this one for him. He didn't want me to sharpen this one. This one came strictly to be put on the channel. So what you've got is, here, let me pull the card up. So you have a M390 blade, and this one was a special, so certificate authentic. This is a Tegral one-off. It is M390 steel. It's got a titanium handle, but it has with it another card that is the customizing and knife custom. So it was a custom tegral, anodizing, oxidizing, laser, and stone wash. So this was, I think, may have been done after. I don't think it was done by Custom Knife Works, is what it looks like here to me. But it's pretty cool. And so what I'm gonna do is I'll get this set here somehow so that I can get some film of it. Turn the camera around, tip it down. We're in my living room because actually I don't have any room on my workbench right now to do this because I've got everything out of the water and my stones are laying out to dry because it's Sunday and that's the day I usually do that. Yeah, unique blade shapes. We're going to look at that, but what is really cool about it is the fact that I'm a geek and this is just covered with Marvel characters. So, all right guys, bear with me and I'll get this camera turned around and we'll take a look at it. All right guys, and this is kind of awkward. I've never really done this with since I have the new tripod. I can actually do this though. And that is my footstool you're looking at. So this is the Tegral by Custom Knife Works. Custom Knife Factory, I mean. But this one has been really heavily specialized. So you see you've got Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Captain America. There's several different colors on this. Logos have been marked in. It's really kind of cool how they did it. It's a really nice knife. It's got some of the smoothest action. It doesn't fall shut, but just flips wide open. It's so smooth. There's no catch. There's nothing in there that's dragging. And so all of this that was done after market was what it looks like to me. You know, I'm not big on customizing and pimping knives unless it's done by the maker, but I have news for you. They did a really good job. Let me grab the card that was with it. And so that I can show you. Like I said, it was highly custom. So you have the original Tegral one-off and the date of birth, which was 3/17, but then you have this card that tells you what was done: custom tegral, anodizing, oxidizing, laser, stone wash, and it was done by Spyderco, customizing and custom knife. Like I said, I'm not sure if this was done, you know, it was sent from Custom Knife Factory straight to Spyderco or not, but it is pretty freaking awesome. We've got another knife that we're going to talk about too. This is going to be a 2-knife video. This knife is really comfortable. I've never had one of the Tegrals come in. And so when this came in, I was like, wow, that's pretty nice. And Chuck and I both agreed that this is a pretty smooth knife. So, well, just so you guys know, I would not be surprised. I have a lot of stuff that I need to do this afternoon after this video. I would not be surprised if I do not get this posted until maybe Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, look at that. That was well done. I can't say too much about somebody getting something like that done if it's done really well. That's right, guys. Hang on a second. Let's get this turned back around. So, the second knife I wanted to talk about, because we just did the tegral and we had to move to my kitchen because, as a matter of fact, let me take care of this. My phone gave me a notification that I was about to enter into a realm of no power. So, the other thing that I was talking about, something that's been in my pocket since Friday night. My friend Matt was kind enough to let me borrow, which is, we were talking about this. This was actually, it's actually pretty cool that we do this. Matt has been kind enough to let me borrow knives from time to time that would be thousands of dollars worth of knives. And I mean, at the time, relatively, didn't know who I was. I spilled something on the counter. I'm in the process of cleaning up the little drops. But really, Matt doesn't know who I am until here recently. I mean, we've fostered a friendship, and he came over and he helped. You saw him in a video. He's been in a couple videos. But the first time he came over, he gave me $1,000. He's given me $1,000 worth of knives, you know, just to put on my channel. So when he was over at the other day, I told him I wanted to borrow something specific. Now, you've heard me go through my whole spiel about knives are a tool, not a weapon. That's true. But there are some times, like I said with that K-bar, that there are exceptions to that rule. And there are very few, but there are some knives that are designed specifically for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is as a weapon. So we're gonna play this. We'll see if you guys can guess, and you can see if you were correct. In the 90s, Sal Glesher from Spyderco Knives was approached by a federal law enforcement agency, and they approached him because they said, look, we have got agents in our agency that have got a specific job, and they're plain clothes, but they cannot carry a weapon. They can't carry a firearm. And so they basically said that they wanted to come up with something that could easily be used by their agents and their law enforcement, you know, their LEOs, as a way to extricate themselves from a very bad situation. Something that they could use with almost little to no training, something that would be devastatingly effective, that would require little to no preparation or training or anything like that. So what they came up with was a knife called the Civilian. Now, the Civilian was a knife that came out, and I mean, you can still get it. They're about $175. Well, they came out with the Civilian, and the Civilian was a knife that was specifically designed for self-defense in mind. That was it. It was sole purpose. And so, it looked a lot like this. Now, this is not a Civilian. This is another knife, and we'll get into a little history of this knife. So, after the Civilian had become popular and things like that, there was a South African distributor that had said, you know, I see the Civilian, which actually is, this is a 3.5 inch blade. The Civilian is a 4.1 inch blade, or 4.15, something like that. He said, you know, the Civilian is great. He said, we have such a problem with rape and some other violent crimes in South Africa that he thought that this would be something that they could market to the women, but they needed to put it something lighter and something at a cheaper price point. So what they did was they took the same reverse S style blade that they had put on the Civilian, shortened a little bit, and based it on their design for the Endura, one of their most popular knives ever. Now this is a very comfortable knife. It's on the Endura handle, and I'm telling you right, it comes with a notice. There's a little note when you get one. And it's attached to it. It says that this knife is not meant for everyday use. This knife was solely designed and solely meant for self-defense. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is really thin up here at the tip. You'll break that off. It goes up needle point sharp. The Civilian, which I have seen, is even more so. It's about that long, and that tip comes up at a longer thing. And so what Sal Glesher did was he took this idea of this reverse, and so you have all this big belly for cutting here, And no matter how you get into it, you're going to hit that material and you're going to draw through it, and you're just going to cause devastating damage. And this is one of those few times where you may hear me have said in the past that I think serrations are dumb. They really don't serve a purpose unless you really, really are somebody that's out on like a commercial boat and you're cutting polypropylene line, because polypropylene is one of the most abrasive resistant things you're ever going to come across. So unless you're out, serrations really on those, they don't really serve a purpose. You're just cutting small line. Now if you were out on a commercial vessel, like you were out on a commercial transport vessel, yeah, you may want something that you can cut polypropylene line with. But on a knife like this, where the point is to just cut through and just hog through material and through flesh, this is what this is designed for. Only designed for. The sole purpose was this, to cut flesh. These serrations will do an amazing job of cutting through flesh and things like that, which goes, it's along the same theory of, like, I have people that I sharpen kitchen and chef's knives for, and they don't want a super polished edge, because for what they want, about 1,000 grit toothier edge is the same, because it's a little bit more bitey. It's going to cut meat a lot better. Same thing, only much larger. Really comfortable. It's got the same handles as an Endura. It's the injected FRN handles. It's got skeletonized stainless steel liners on the inside. VG10 steel in reverse grip. My goodness, that would be horrible. And from somebody that's taken martial arts, just the way that you could use this, and it kind of duplicates that claw, like a talon on like a hooked claw, like a hawk would have, or a tiger or a lion. It's just gonna be devastating. But this isn't truly a hawkbill. Like, some people try to throw this in the same grouping as a karambit, which it really isn't. It's something different. It comes up and then comes back down. If you look at it this direction, it is an S, but they call it the reverse S because as you're holding it, you're looking down, and it's like an S flip backwards. It is easy and light to carry. This one is pretty smooth under the pocket clip. I actually carried this today, or the other day in slacks, Friday afternoon. I put it on in my pocket and carried it for a little bit just to see, because I hadn't changed yet while I was at the shop. And so you can really do one thing with this, and that's it. So this is one of those ones that comes in from time to time that is strictly a weapon. And there is one of these in my near future. So, yeah, that's that. This one is a lockback. It's, like I said, from here down, it's the same as my Endura, my full flat grind Endura. It is hollow ground here, and then up, like I said, up to a needle sharp tip. So basically, this is the civilian's little brother. So, all right, guys, I still have a lot of cleanup to do. We made a hell of a mess here. Nico left a while ago and is on his way back to Banning, where he lives. He came down and helped. Matt helped, and I can't say how much I appreciate their help. It was a lot of work. We did a lot of work. The most time-consuming part, not necessarily time-consuming. The one that was the worst for me was the bathtub, because it hurt my back being bent over like that. But we did get the sink done, and I cleaned everything up, and cleaned up upstairs, and I had to wipe down from all the dust from where I sanded out epoxy. But yep, that's it, guys. Probably gonna try and do a live Instagram feed tomorrow evening. On Monday, I have it showed up yesterday, and I haven't even had a chance to look at it. Our friend Pip Corona sent me a Booze Blade Smoke, the production run model. He wants it sharpened, and he wants me to take a look at it so I can put it up on the channel. I'm probably not going to do any sharpening today. I will probably do it tomorrow afternoon. We have an Aflac event coming up this week. It's called Pace. I've got to do some prep for my Pace week, so you might not see that video go up Monday until late in the evening. I'll try and shoot it as early as I can. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get home tomorrow in time still to have daylight to sharpen
and do a video. But yeah, it came in. I have held it. It is definitely thin. It's narrow. I haven't really played with it. It's a front flipper, and I don't like front flippers in the first place all that much. But I'll see what I can do and play with it. I might carry it. Might carry it tomorrow while I'm working and see how it rides and stuff like that. But all right, guys, that's it. That's it. I know I said that before, but I'm gonna get out of here, and I will talk to you guys later. Have fun, and I will see you next time.